I'm down here by the railroad tracks today. I came to look for some of my homeless individuals. I brought some snacks and water for them because this is a very hot day, and I thought I'd come down and just bring them something. But a lot of times they're not around. And then I just drop the things off. The campsite is over there. This is where my friend Pops used to make his bed. That was the mattress that he would put his bedroll on. My friend Pops passed away earlier in 2022. He was a disabled veteran, and this is where he lived. This is where he used to hang out. He was a disabled veteran, but he had a lot of psychological problems. He was heavy into drinking, but not drugs. My Pops did not do drugs, but he liked his liquor. And I posted a couple of pictures. I've posted a couple of videos of him. If you haven't seen them, look for them. You'll see the name Pops on the videos. And as I said, he passed away earlier in 2022. He was found in the street, deceased. And he was a disabled veteran. And even though they tried housing him multiple times, he had post-traumatic stress disorder from the years he served in the military, and he could not handle living in an enclosed environment. He had to be out free roaming. That is where his happiness and joy was. And this is where I met him several years ago. And like I said, if you haven't seen the videos I posted of him, check him out. I come down here periodically and drop off snacks, sometimes clothes if I have any. Right now, I don't know that individual that's laying there. He's sound asleep, and I didn't want to wake him. But I left some snacks there for him and water, and I left a couple others too. I feel so sorry and sad for these people that call this place home. A lot of people do not like the homeless. And a good example is right here. That, what you see over there, here, on the ceiling, all that is soot from a fire that someone came and set. They burned down a mattress, a campsite of a homeless individual. Someone came just out of malicious. They came and they burned it down, and that is what's left over, the soot. Say a prayer for the homeless. They need prayers and love and understanding. And I'll pray for that individual. Like I said, I don't know who he is. He doesn't look familiar. But this is a brand new campsite. I came here a while back and there was nothing set up, but now they've come back. And the train just passed by a while ago. As you can see, this is a very noisy environment. And these individuals that live down here, this is what they have to put up with. The litter, the trash, the insects. There's a lot of flying mosquitoes around. This is not a place that one should be living, right? But sadly, a lot of the homeless are homeless because of, well, some of them, they are homeless by choice, just like Pops was homeless by choice. Some of them are happy living free and living like this. Some individuals, though, unfortunately, they made wrong decisions in life, or something happened to them, a loss of a job, a loss of a marriage, an illness that you can't recover from, that can devastate you financially. And if you don't have a good cushion, financial cushion, this is where you end up, or at the shelter. But I'm going to tell you, the shelters, they're not a very healthy environment. There's a lot of drugs that go on in them, violence, and that's why a lot of homeless individuals prefer to live outdoors like this rather than staying inside of a shelter. This is where they prefer to live, because to them this is safer than being inside of a shelter. And I'm looking down at the man down there. He has not stirred. That tells you he must be very tired. Poor thing. So say a prayer for the homeless. They need compassion and understanding. They do not need judgment. Let God do the judging. That's an old mattress. That mattress has been there. I have been coming down to this homeless campsite for probably 6 years now or more. And that sofa has been there the whole time. The city has never bothered to come down here to clean this mess up. The only time the city gets involved down here is when there's a fire that has been set off. Something that was put on fire. Today is a very, very hot day. And I was home doing some administrative work, and I said, I'm gonna go down to the railroad bridge and see if I can find anyone there and take a few items for them to eat. And keep in mind that if you decide to do something like this, feed the homeless, you do not have to spend a lot of money doing this kind of work. All you have to do is buy a couple of granola bars from the Dollar General store and hand them out when you see the homeless out on the street. Give them a kind word. Sometimes a kind word will do more for them than physical food. Home Sweet Home from Lily, 2015. And I think Lily wrote this also. These wood pallets, the homeless like to use them to put their bedrolls on top of, to keep the bedrolls off of the ground. When I come down here, I always wear my beat up shoes. I don't wear anything nice to come down here. And sometimes I find children's toys. There's a stuffed animal. That tells you at one time, perhaps there were children that stayed down here with their parents, right? Looks like another fire was set here, you see. That happens a lot. Looks like a Bible. And that looks like it was set on fire. When I come down here, I also like to see the things that are left behind by the homeless, because sometimes that tells you a lot about who was staying down here. I'm looking over there and I saw his foot move, so maybe he's starting to wake up, but I'll leave him alone. Time to head back. And this is where they used to do some of their cooking here. I wanted to bring you along on my little excursion today, coming down to hand out snacks to the homeless individuals that stay under the railroad bridge. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my little ministry channels. I hope you'll come back and visit me again, all right?